to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail. Transmitting from 99.9 miles above your head from the Progressive Mothership. Hi, this is Rail, and welcome to the Progressive Rock Machine, broadcast to you from aboard the Prog Mothership in orbit nearly 100 miles above your head. This week we listen to the music of a relatively new band, Seconds Before Landing. But before we do, what's on next week's show?
Every time you kiss me, I'm still not certain that you love me.
Hi, this is Rail. The next Progressive Rock Machine returns to the year 1964 as we look at the charts and music of a time changing to the beat of rhythm and blues and bands creating a new type of music. The music of 1964 on the next Progressive Rock Machine.
You got me smiling. Yeah, you sure like the fall. I could easily fall in love with you.
So, Seconds Before Landing is the brainchild of John Crispino, a resident of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, USA. And I caught up with John in his studio recently. Hi, John.
Hello, Rail, and thank you for having me.
Before we start listening to the music you've created, could you give us a little personal background to yourself leading up to the creation of Seconds Before Landing?
Yes, I became involved in drumming at about 5 years old. My best friend, who lived very close to me, his father was a drummer who practiced and played all kinds of marching band music, like John Philip Sousa. So when I would go over to their house, he would always be practicing in the basement of their home. He had a small setup where he would play these records really, really loud and just play all the marching beats and so on. So I would always watch him. I was very fascinated by this, and one day he asked me if I would be interested in trying to play. So immediately I was drawn to it, and I would play down in their basement with him probably 2-3 nights a week. I would go over for little bits of time, and then right after that I got involved in the elementary school band, and I met this wonderful, wonderful music teacher named Donald Knezovich, and he basically was my musical mentor from 6th grade, I'd say elementary school, all the way through graduation of senior high. And during that time, I played in all the customary marching bands and the jazz bands and concert bands. Anything that I could do musically, I was completely fascinated with. And I enjoyed it so much, I couldn't get enough of it. So right after that, at about age 14, I was pretty well known in the area where I grew up, and I was asked to audition for an R&B band that had a group of guys that were older. So they were probably twice as old as me. So if I was 14, they were probably in their late 20s. And I passed that audition, and fortunately my parents allowed me to go out on weekends and do like college circuits and concerts as opening acts and so on and so forth. So that's where I really got my musical education. They took good care of me, and they allowed me to play my music, which is all I wanted to do. Right after that, probably by the time I was 17 or so, I started putting different rock bands together. And then eventually I put one together, and we became fairly successful traveling on the eastern seaboard of the United States and so on. But what I realized was you really couldn't make any money unless you had a product out. So my bass player and I decided to put together a small recording studio, And that's where I started to experiment with different things. We did commercials for businesses. We recorded some other bands. And then, of course, ourselves, we started to get interested in writing material and recording our own material and being more legitimate, if you will, more original in our own way instead of just going out and playing other bands' songs. So I wrote a few songs at that time, and we got picked up by a West Coast label, and we did pretty well as far as distribution and everything, and especially in Germany at that time. And then we just grew and grew and grew in the studio. And then after, I'd say a few years, the bass player wanted to leave the business altogether. He fell in love, and he wanted to move on. So I bought him out, and I redesigned the studio. And by that time, we're pretty much coming into the area of time where I don't want to say I left music, but I stopped music in a sense of me actually playing. And I created a series of educational materials for kids based on music and art called Mr. C's Beginning Drums. So I worked with designers on that, and we created some CD-ROMs and an audiobook and so on and so forth. And then once that was finished, I had the urge to do something musically again, and that's when I started to write for the first album, which was Seconds Before Landings, the Great Deception album. And that started, like you said, in 2010, and it took me approximately 2 years to write all the music, record all the music, and get it together for release. And that brought me up to that particular point in time.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
Satellite of love.
Welcome to the future.
You started the recording in 2010 and released the album in 2012. What was the idea for the first album, titled The Great Deception?
Well, there's a little bit of a backstory that I would like to share with you regarding the first album. I had decided to record an album's worth of material, and I would go into the studio every day to work. And I created I'd say there was 3 songs that I had written, and I had some really talented musicians play on them with me. And I would go home every night and I would play those tracks again, and I really liked the music, but it wasn't who I was anymore, if that makes any sense. I had changed as a person from the time that I was working on the Mr. C Beginning Drums things, and now coming back into the studio, I realized that I wasn't the same person. So I told my girlfriend one night at a dinner we were at, I said, as much as I love what I'm doing here, I'm going to stop this project. And I won't scrap the songs, but I'll put them away somewhere, maybe for future release in some way, shape, or form. But what I have to do now is I have to write an album that matters to me. I didn't think about commercial success. I didn't think about anything except I really wanted to do a good body of work that I was pleased with. And hopefully that the general public, once they heard it, would be interested enough to listen and give it a hard listen and hopefully embrace it. And that's exactly what happened, fortunately. I began writing for The Great Deception. It told a story basically through the eyes of one man who survives and is now existing in what remains as a post-apocalyptic world, and his struggles. And based on everything I was reading and studying each night, I was able to give this person, this character, a voice, and not really thinking about it up front, I actually had created at the end of it a somewhat of a concept album that allowed somebody to put it on and pretty much listen to this guy's journey and different phases of what his life was at that time. So that, in essence, is how The Great Deception came about.
So, could you give us a selection of maybe 6 songs from the album, and we can work our way through them, and if you wish to, you can give us some information on these tracks.
I think the first song I would like to choose is called Welcome to the Future. It has Trey Gunn from King Crimson playing with me on this track, and it pretty much says and shows everything that I feel is happening around the world now with the militarization of the police forces and the fragmenting of society and so on and so forth. And what I was able to do was have a video put together to go along with this song, and it's done very well around the world. It's done hundreds of thousands of views worldwide, and it's been used as segments in some news stations around the world. And to this day, the second album is out now, but to this day, Welcome to the Future is probably going to be the song that I'm recognized for quite some time. And in a way, I'm kind of proud of that, because I think I captured everything that I wanted to say in this one particular song. So here it is, Welcome to the Future.
Welcome to the future.
You sat back and watched while your liberties were taken away. You remained silent, except for when you spoke to criticize those who were trying to make you aware. Little by little, you have lost all that was familiar to you. Because of your lethargy, you no longer live the freedoms you enjoyed. Now, survival is all you care about. Welcome to the future.
time you pass an Adam hat store or authorized dealer, stop in and try on an Adam. Once you see and wear an Adam hat, you'll agree that today, as before, Adam is one of America's outstanding hat values.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
The next song is titled I'm All Alone, and I think the lyrics in this song capture the angst of the character that I'm writing about better than any other song on the album. Like, part of the lyrics are, my head is pounding, I hope no one can hear, I cool my face on the wall. And I think if you allow yourself to get into the track, you'll definitely feel his fear. So it's I'm All Alone.
You boys and girls won't object to Grove's emulsified nose drops. There's nothing unpleasant about them. They don't run out of your nose and make you messy. They don't run down the back of your throat and make you sickish. What's more, they don't burn or sting the inside of your nose. They quickly check a head cold and yet do it in a nice way.
The next song is called Right Before Your Eyes. And this song talks in details about some of the deception that may be cast upon us all at one point. It says, "Make me see Jesus, make me see Krishna." I had the pleasure of having Vanessa Campagna, a girl that lives in the Pittsburgh area, sing for me on this one. And I think it really, really captures the mood of the deception that we all could be led into at some point. So the track's called Right Before Your Eyes.
Hello, I'm Chris.
And I'm Johnny.
And we're from the band Coldplay.
Hi, this is Mick Jagger.
Hi, this is Ronnie Wood. This is Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones.
Hi, this is Carlos Santana.
Hi, this is Pete Townsend of The Who.
I'm Roger Daltrey.
Hi, Steve Miller here.
Hi, this is Sting.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
sought or unsought by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes.
I've heard so much about Magic Touch, Campana's new cream makeup. Is it so very different from other makeups?
It's so different that you'll never believe how much prettier it will make you until you try it.
The next track is called They're All Around You, and this song has a really cool, bouncy type of beat to it, thanks to the great bass playing of Tim Bogert from Jeff Beck and Cactus and Vanilla Fudge fame. The song reminds you that with all the security cameras, the NSA in America, the Patriot Act, we have little or no privacy now, anywhere. And this is just one of those reminders.
They're in your mouth, they're on the news, they're in your car, they'll help you snooze. They're all around you. They're in your house, they're on your phone, they're always there, you're not alone. They're all around you. They're in your hair, they're in the skies, they're in the drops that's in your eyes. They're all around you. They're in your child, they're in your dad, they're in the meds that make you mad. They want your guns, they'll take your life, they'll steal your home, they'll fuck your wife. They're all around you. They'll break your heart, they'll hurt your soul, they'll take your God, they're in control. They're all around you. They're all around you. They're all around you. They're all around you. They're all around you.
Before we join the shadow in today's adventure, here's a proposition. Regardless of what coal you're now burning in your furnace, order a ton of blue coal. Try blue coal for a week and see if it doesn't give you more even, more dependable, longer-lasting heat. That's fair enough, isn't it?
Where are we now? Where are we now?
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
Elmendorf is the title of the next track. Elmendorf happens to be a real place in the state of Alaska in the United States. And outside of Alaska being beautiful in a lot of ways, Elmendorf is a very dangerous and frightening area once you research it with the HAARP research and everything that they do there. So this song describes my character's vision of what will be taking place if we were ever led to internment camps. The vocals are manipulated in a way to sound as if the orders are coming from an outdoor PA system, and it gives the impression that someone in a superior position is ordering you around. The video for this song is really done well and really captures the vibe of this song. So enjoy. It's called Elmendorf.
been given a blue mark on your hand, please move to the white building that is straight ahead. If you have been given a red mark on your hand, please follow the administrator to the gray building, where you will be permitted to shower. Failure to comply will result in immediate disciplinary action. This message has been completed.
Number 17, ration coupon 17. Are you planning to use your shoe ration coupon to buy white shoes? If so, give them the best of care. Keep them clean with Energine Shoe White.
The next song is called Solitary Man. And the first thing I think about when I hear this song is the terrific guitar playing by Steve Shuford, who's been playing guitar for me now on both albums. He really captured the angst of what I was hoping for here. And this character, again, is speaking about what his personal isolation is putting him through now, how it's weighing on him, how each day he dies a little inside, but he does everything that he can to maintain. He's not sure why, but he will not give up. And the song is called Solitary Man.
I miss the morning light, the singing of the birds have gone. Grab my things and try and move along. I walk for miles, it seems, between the thorns and screams. I travel till my body falls, question why I do this thing at all. I crave the human touch. It doesn't seem like much to hear the sound of a voice again. Find a face that I can call friend. I'm a solitary man. distance screaming in my head. I think the lucky ones are dead. My clothes are wet and cold. These boots are worn and old. The sound of weapons in the air. My constant fight is with despair. Oh Jesus, Jesus, please. I'm down on bended knees, just waiting now to see the sun. Waiting now to see the sun. I'm a solitary man. I'm a solitary man.
Men, Frank Crummett is here with me to say a word about Roy Tan cigars. Frank Crummett.
I'm really a fan for Roy Tan, and the reason is Roy Tan has more long filler Havana tobacco, and yet it's a 5-cent cigar. Man to man, smoke Roy Tan.
Hi, this is Ben Craven, and you're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine.
Okay, John, before we go any further, could you give us some details of where we can find information on the band, download tracks, or purchase CDs, etc.? And we'll give the information out again at the end of the show.
Yes, I think that the main places that you could find the music right now are bandcamp.com, cdbaby.com, iTunes, Amazon, and of course, if you want to be directed to those, you could go to our website at secondsbeforelanding.com, and there are some ways that you can get there. I know CD Baby has the physical CDs now to sell as well, and just about any other downloadable place in the world right now has the music, so check it out. Whatever you're familiar with, you should be able to find it.
So, how has response been to the first album, and can you tell us a little about the musicians that you've worked with?
The response to The Great Deception has been wonderful. I really, truly had no idea what to expect when I released this album. Like I said earlier, I was a new artist, and the concept album was a risk in itself, and my writing style had changed so dramatically that I have to admit that I was a little nervous. But the public and the critics have been very, very kind to me, and the reviews have been wonderful, much more than I could have ever even hoped for. So I want to thank everybody that's found out about me and supported this music, and I want to thank everybody that's listening tonight, and hopefully we'll investigate it to see what they think of as well. Musicians I would like to tell you about are Trey Gunn from King Crimson and his variety of projects. He's been on both the first and second album, and he'll be on the third album as well in 2016. And I have to give Trey all the credit in the world, because his vision and his style of playing helped, in my opinion, make Welcome to the Future as popular as it is today. He brought me the cosmic, unearthly sounds on his war guitar that I needed for that song, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm excited and proud to have worked with him twice and a third time in the near future. And on the first album, I want to mention again Tim Bogert from Vanilla Fudge, Jeff Beck, and so on, for playing bass on They're All Around You. He's one of my favorite bass players from all times when I was a kid, with him and Carmine Appice. And I was just thrilled to death to have him work with me in any way, shape, or form. Now, my core group of musicians are Maurice Rick Witowski on rhythm and acoustic guitars. And I've been friends with Rick for some time now, and he has a studio not too far from me. And Rick was the co-founder and co-leader of a progressive rock band called Crack the Sky. If you don't know them, I highly suggest you check them out. It's Crack the Sky, and they were one of the top picks of Rolling Stone magazine at one time, and just a bunch of nice guys and talented musicians, and I'm fortunate to have Rick play for me on these albums. On bass, I have a wonderful bass player, nice guy named J.D. Garrison. And the odd story about this is, before I started to play on the, or write and play the first s.b.l. album, The Great Deception, I met J.D. one time at a concert. I had a conversation with him and asked him if he'd be interested in playing, and we hit it off so well, and his style is so terrific that he's played on, 90% of the tracks since album one, and I'm proud to have him with me. He's a terrific bass player and a really nice person. On lead guitar, Steve Schufert. I've already mentioned Steve earlier in the show, and in my opinion, he's one of the tastiest lead guitar players out there. And what's interesting to me is Steve has really no background in progressive rock. He comes from a background that's highly evolved in blues and blues rock. And the interesting part for me is, I think the fact that he has nothing to do with prog rock makes his leads all the more interesting when he plays on my tracks, because he comes at it from a completely different mindset. He's such a beautiful player, gets such beautiful sound, and it all works. So that's my lead guitarist, Steve Schufert. On keyboards and horns is the amazing Jamie Peck. Jamie Peck lives fairly close to Pittsburgh as well, has his own studio, does a lot of work for television, and I have to say I think that he is perhaps one of the most talented musicians I've ever met across the board. He plays a variety of instruments and plays every single one of them well. A nice guy, a talented guy, and I'm proud to have him aboard as well. Female background singers are Vanessa Campagna, who I was fortunate enough to watch grow up in and around the city where I live, and she has become quite the celebrity and star in the Pittsburgh area and tri-state area, as well as Nashville now, and her career is going to be big. You can bet on that. She's a terrific singer. She's a complete 100% professional singer, and has an attitude and an edge when she sings that I really, really admire, and works perfectly for the s.b.l. music. And my other female background singer, her name is Carrie Marie Jackson, and has the complete opposite background of what Vanessa does, and I think that's why it works so well. Carrie is more versed in theater and stage performance, and she has an operatic background and a show tunes type singing style. And her style mixed with Vanessa's style I think brings something a little unique and different to the tracks that we record together.
We're only halfway through, and it's only going to get better.
I'm completely operational, and all my circuits are functioning perfectly.
Good time!
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
5 minutes to ignition.
In 2015, you released Seconds Before Landing 2. Can you share with us your thinking with this album as a follow-up to the first and the ideas that you were exploring at the time?
I suppose my main thought going into album 2 was to make it sound different than album 1. And that may sound a little confusing, but bear with me here if you will. Album 1, it did and it does very well. Going into album 2, I wanted to maintain dark themes because that's what appeals to me the most. But I wanted to change the music up a little bit. I wanted to show a little more versatility, if you will. I wanted to add some elements of jazz, maybe a little more rock, and of course some of the darker sounding music that I love to create too. But I wanted to stay away from a concept style album. I didn't want it to be The Great Deception 2, if you will. And I wanted to do more individual songs that had subject matter that still was interesting to me. So I wrote about child abuse, panic attacks, alien and religious deception, things like that. I just did it with a little prettier music in some cases. Not all cases, but some of the songs are maybe a little bit prettier. For the people who are still learning about my band, Seconds Before Landing, I really think that these first 2 albums will be a good representative of it. You get a taste of all the types of music that I enjoy, all the types of styles that I'm capable of writing, and the lyrical content that is interesting to me the most. So that's basically my thoughts behind album 2.
Okay, so again, can you select some tracks from the album and walk us through them in some way?
Sure I can, Rio. The first song, which coincidentally opens up the album, is called Big Train. And this song is a perfect example of what I was trying to explain. It starts off with a really cool jazz-style beat and has this amazing sax part that works with me all the way through the song, played by Jamie Peck. This is completely different than anything that was on album 1, and I think that it caught a lot of the album 1 fans off guard. And for those that were just being introduced to s.b.l. through s.b.l. 2, I think it was kind of comforting way because it eased them into the darkness that sometimes shows up. So the first song is called Big Train, wonderful sax part, Jamie Peck.
conductor. No candies in sight, but the big train is coming. You need to see the lights. It might show up tomorrow. It might show up today. But the big train is coming, and it's heading your way.
Loneliness, that's a killer.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
The next song I'd like to share with you is called Hey Dad. And the story behind this song is a young man is watching his father pass away slowly but surely. And he himself needs to come to terms with the way the father treated him. So it's this son asking his father certain questions that he needs to have answered before his father eventually passes. The beginning of the song, the music starts out lovely, and as you can hear, it builds into the angst and the pain that this son feels. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Hey Dad.
you thinking of me when you bought that strap? Or was it simply on a whim? Hey Dad, what's a pleasure you'd feel when you saw the welts that you left on my skin? Hey Dad, were you thinking of me when your hands were around my throat? Something that still seems surreal. Hey Dad, won't you stay anyway? I won't cry anymore. I guess you're feeling kind of ill. You know you're leaving here soon, but I'll stay here by your side. Hey Dad, I'm just sorry, not mad, 'cause of the pain you held inside. Hey Dad, that look on your face, it reminds me way back of me. Hey Dad, I know you feel out of place. You're just a little boy like me.
Why are you here? What's our droid? These aren't the droids you're looking for.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
I got a bad feeling about this.
The next song I'd like to share is called The Great Deceiver. This song is basically a straight-ahead rock type song once it gets started. It deals with religious manipulation, and it's one of my favorite songs to sing. And it has the girls on it doing the backgrounds and a wonderful solo by Steve Schufert again. So hope you enjoy it. It's called The Great Deceiver.
Flamaseus Lucifer matutinus inveniat ille in quam Lucifer qui nescit occasum Christus filius tuus qui regressus ab inferis humano generis serenus illucit
my place of cleansing. Bring your friends in, come inside. You can share your deepest secrets. I will keep them if you tithe. Disregard these pagan idols, they are vital in our home. Genuflect and light a candle, as they say it's when in Rome.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
Oh yeah, you're gonna liven up yourself and don't be no drag.
The next song is called Silent Bird, and this will give you a wonderful example of the style and the tone of Carrie Marie Jackson. I wrote this song about a girl who never realized her true singing potential because she was never offered the support primarily from her own family. And In a way, she became a broken soul. Still with an incredible amount of talent, however, I don't think she's able to realize it. So when I wrote this song, I explained the premise to Carrie, and once I had the music all written, she came to the studio. We talked about her for a few minutes in a very short period of time. She did her part, and I think she did her part wonderfully well. And I thank her, and I thank you for listening. The song's called Silent Bird.
is it?
It's me.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
The next song I'd like to share with you is the closing song on album 2. It's called What You Do, and it also has a very cool, lighthearted, vaudevillian type video to go along with that. So if you can, check us out on our YouTube at Seconds Before Landing on YouTube. I think you might enjoy this. Now, this song is completely different in the sense of it's very lighthearted, very upbeat. It has kazoo in it, if that matters. And when we played it, it just felt right. JD killed the bass part, which was the driving force behind this song. And lyrically, for me, it's upbeat, which is unusual. The song talks about taking chances, being true to yourself, and what you do with your life is up to you, no one else.
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine.
I thought of the pair of broken shades lying on the tarmac.
I wondered if you'd like to share a couple of tracks that you enjoy yourself, whether they influenced your music or not, music that you enjoy or whatever, and maybe tell us why they mean something to you.
The first song I've chosen is Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. In my opinion, it's one of the most complete songs that's ever been written. It tells a story, it has a beautiful build-up, and David Gilmour is one of my favorite guitar players on the entire planet. And no matter how many times I listen to this song, it just feels good. Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Is there anyone home? Come on now. I hear you're feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax. I need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts? There is no pain, you are receding. A distant ship, smoke on the
You're listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rail.
The next song I've chosen is called One Time by King Crimson. When you listen to this song, you may go, wow, I can't believe that is King Crimson. But I think that's the beauty of that particular band. What Adrian Belew does on this song is absolutely beautiful. I heard someone say one time that Adrian Belew gave King Crimson its smile, and I truly believe that. He's an amazing guitar player, a sound specialist, and his voice just works so well with these type of songs and the material that he puts together. I'm a huge, huge Belew fan and King Crimson, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. It's called One Time. The next song I've chosen is called The Start of Something Beautiful by Porcupine Tree. Porcupine Tree is a band, and Steven Wilson, believe it or not, is someone that's relatively new to me, I'd say within the past couple years. I tend to lock myself away and don't listen to much. I don't listen to the car radio or anything like that while I'm writing and recording for fear I'll be influenced in some way, shape, or form. So I try to stay away from things. After the first album came out, there was mentions that some of the stuff reminded certain writers of Pink Floyd. There was mentioned one time, and Steven Wilson's name came up a few times in Porcupine Tree. So I went back and I became familiar with them, and I have to tell you that I think Steven Wilson is a musical genius. I think he plays and surrounds himself with some of the finest musicians on the planet. And on this particular song, the work between Colin Edwin, the bass player, and Gavin Harrison is simple, delicate, and just so beautiful. There's so much dissonance and power in this song. I just absolutely love this band. So once again, it's called The Start of Something Beautiful by Porcupine Tree.
So, John, what are you planning for the future?
Yes, what I'm doing now is I'm finishing, or I should say continuing work on album 3. I started in December of 2014 to write, and if things go according to my schedule, sometime in early 2016, the album will be ready for release. I work pretty much alone every day, and it takes me a little bit longer than I suppose some to write and record all the album. And then it goes to England to be mastered by Andy Jackson, who works with Pink Floyd. So I'm looking at hopefully the first quarter of 2016. And at the same time, I'm doing promotion for both albums 1 and 2, and that's going really well. And I thank you for having me on the show.
Can we get that contact and website information again?
You sure can. The band website is www.secondsbeforelanding.com. And for sales, if you would like to pick up album 1, album 2, or any of the various tracks, it is cdbaby.com, bandcamp.com, iTunes, Amazon, and the like. And if you want to reach us on Facebook and become part of the band page on Facebook, we'd love to have you. It's facebook.com/SBL Music. And if you use Twitter, it's twitter.com/SBL Official. And you want to email us, it's sblmusic@aol.com.
Thanks for your time, John. Well, I have to admit, personally, I find the music you create not only intriguing and thought-provoking, but also musically diverse and exciting. Hope we can get back to you again when you release your next piece of work.
Well, Rael, I have had a wonderful time, and thank you for having me here tonight. I appreciate being on your station, and I want to thank all of you for taking the time to listen, and hopefully you'll check out Seconds Before Landing. And thank you for having me. I really enjoyed myself.
Information for this show was taken from John Crispino's website at www.secondsbeforelanding.com, lowercasing, and you can find the site and much more, including video clips, by simply typing Seconds Before Landing into Google or any search engine. So that's a look at an exciting new band, Seconds Before Landing. I hope you not only enjoyed that, but that you also look them up and buy the CDs or download the tracks. Great music needs to be supported, and I think the artists should receive as much as they deserve. What are we listening to next week?
Every time you kiss me, I'm still not certain that you love me.
Hi, this is Rael. The next Progressive Rock Machine returns to the year 1964 as we look at the charts and music of a time changing to the beat of rhythm and blues and bands creating a new type of music. The music of 1964 on the next Progressive Rock Machine.
I could easily fall in love with you.
So that's the end of our show, and not only is it great music, but it also ties in with our prog mothership sitting up here in space, and I'd best get off and do some maintenance on it. So I'll see you next week. You've been listening to the Progressive Rock Machine with Rael.